that somewhere and someone recognized the quote.
That was me.
And go.
And
go.
And go.
And you're live. And we're here for another Wednesday night of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, we play Dungeons and Dragons.
And
there will be Dungeons and Dragons in this Dungeons and Dragons.
There will be I promise you, there will be Dungeons and Dragons in this Dungeons and Dragons. And but your DM might fall asleep, so I don't know how we're gonna get around that if that happens. Hopefully not. Keep our fingers
Fine,
crossed.
we'll just run the show without you.
Yep. And then a Vorpal sword falls from the sky.
Yep.
And
You
plus
all
3
get
armor.
3 million gold.
That's how we win D&D.
What would you do with 3 million gold in 5th edition? There's nothing to buy.
Yeah, just buy a horse, a real sweet horse. Call it a day.
Okay.
There's like whole modules about building like towns and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Where?
Artemis sent them to me.
Yep.
Are we building a town somewhere in another game?
I did.
We did. The Age of Streams universe, Thunder Tree was rebuilt.
Oh. The Age of Streams universe. That makes it sound awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome, so fuck off.
It is.
Hey.
You could be part of that too, Jeremy. God.
The gauntlet has been thrown. Okay, so I don't think we have any announcements or anything like that before we get started. Not that we're like, I love that we make announcements for ourselves, but anyways.
Use my code and buy some stuff.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bitch, we have a sponsor. What the fuck are you talking about?
This bitch is sponsored. This episode is sponsored today by Canadian Dice. Roll these dice and go straight to heaven.
It's the only reason they let me on the show.
Not true. Not true.
Bought my way in.
We do have a code. I don't know though. Do we have the code programmed into the whole thing? Oh, OMRD. Look at you. You know, I doubt you sometimes, and then I always feel bad for doubting you.
As you should. Because obviously, like, fuck off.
You know,
excellent rebuttal.
I'm beat down in my marriage, and then I come here and I'm beat down again by another woman. It happens and it happens. Might as well go get my GIMP mask on.
Yes, the emasculation will continue.
Oh well. Okay, so if you would like to buy some dice, head over to CanadianDice.ca and use our code OMRD. You get a little discount, I think, right? 10%?
Mm-hmm.
Well worth it. And I think Old Men Rolling Dice are almost back in stock.
Yeah, probably another 2 or 3 days.
Awesome.
Probably this week, for sure.
There you go. And let's do this, shall we? Can I start now, Avi? Can I start?
You almost said Avril, didn't you?
I did almost say Avril because that's how my house works.
Yeah, I think so. I think
also you have some similar characteristics. I'm just saying. We should maybe... Is there a mental health line that you can send me to? Is there a number that I can reach out for help?
I do have some mental health lines, actually.
I thought you did, yeah. Okay, well, you know, keep them on speed dial, and we'll see if we can get through tonight without me having a breakdown. Last time... Okay, I'll do it. Last time, Keplin was accosted by baboons, which we've decided is now canon that he has a fear of baboons, and that baboons may be making more appearances in the show just at random intervals.
I hope not.
to accost the grouchy Keplin and then just run off into like corridors that do not exist.
There'll be a scene.
You guys had cleared a little bit of the monastery and found a couple nasty creatures inside. Pugwampies for one, sturges for two, a big giant vulture that you just decided to leave alone, and he was cool with that. And we literally had the baboon swarm, and now here we are. So, do we need to redo the description of this room? Would you like that? Would that be...
I think we had checked out the room with the beds, and then I had
Yeah.
gone and checked out that stack of books.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The room with the beds, there was not really nothing in it other than sort of foot lockers and old worn beds. And then in this chamber there's a horribly worn away statue of Saren Ray, the goddess of sort of the sun and healing. And then the final room down here where Ryan's talking about with the big pile of books. A sagging wooden balcony overlooks this large room, which once must have been the mortuaries, the monastery's library. An overpowering odor of musty, rotting paper and other leather fills the air here, and I think we ended with you guys finding an unusual book called "The Courts of Stone and Flame."
Yep.
But I don't know who took that.
I picked it up, and then I realized that I can't read, so I
took
think I
it.
gave.
Yeah, I got it.
Listen to Miss Bossy. She took it. I took it. You give a character wings, and they think they're above everything.
Usually because they're flying.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that. Okay, thanks for
that.
Thanks for coming along.
Yep.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right, so where to now, everyone?
So there was a room
There was a
with
room.
a statue that
That
led to some stairs.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
if you guys go back to the east, back down here, and then straight across to the east, you'll come to that chamber where you found that there was a statue, and when you slid the statue away, there was a set of stairs going down. I think Gelhink was the only one strong enough to move the statue.
I think we were
didn't
also
look
talking
in
about
here.
taking a long rest because
Hmm.
the magic
We're all
users are
pretty
pretty
tapped.
tapped, and I know a lot of people are missing hit points.
Well, we should probably finish inspecting these rooms here before we.
I think
Think
these
about
two right here we didn't look in yet, right?
We haven't
Yeah.
looked.
Yeah, there's two archways up here, and there's a door right beside Skunk there. Pardon
Not
me,
a freaking
Smudge.
skunk!
Smudge. I meant Smudge.
No, you didn't, and you know you didn't.
No, I really did. Actually, Smudge, the door is open right now, is it not? You can see into it a little bit.
I was talking about these two rooms here.
But you can see into that other one. So do you want me
Yeah.
to would you like
Sure.
me to give you a fantastic description of what's beyond that archway?
Sure, paint me a word picture.
Okay, I'll paint you a word picture. Okay, let's do that. If I can find it. Here we go. 10 bunk beds in various stages of disrepair fill this chamber, which must have once been a dormitory for students. The roof is mostly intact, and an open arch in the north wall leads to a large walkway. That's the one that you're actually in, because north is where east would be. And then the east-west walls bear sturdy wooden doors leading to other rooms, and an open arch in the southeast corner of the room leads into a darkened antechamber. That's down here. So there's a door to the west, an arch to the north, and an arch to the east.
Okay.
Was there an actual door on this room, or no? Was it just an
No.
open? Okay.
No, it was open.
But the other room where the baboons were had a door.
Yeah, totally. So Smudge, are you sneaking over there?
Yeah,
To that-
just
to
kind of
that door?
slowly. I'm gonna listen at the door.
Okay. Can you give me a perception check, please?
Sure. Maybe if my character sheet wants to load here. There we go.
Roll20 has been a little lately, so I apologize. It might take a little bit. There we go. Okay.
Wow.
So you're listening to the door, and you're not hearing anything on the other side of it. When something crawls out from under the bed, You don't see it coming. You failed your perception check, and
Great.
it's gonna take a bite at you.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of dice.
It rolls a crit.
Her face.
There was a giant wolf spider hiding under this bed. And it crawls out from behind and bites you. So 6 damage, which takes you to 0 hit points. And then 12 poison damage.
Good
You're
thing she's
muted.
muted.
You look angry. You look angry.
I'm like dead.
You're dead. Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
I'm dead.
We gave the baboon attack a pass on the dead. So we're gonna give you the pass here. You
Ooh,
are
it's
unconscious,
fine.
and you're gonna be making some death saves. But can you give me a Constitution saving throw against the poison, please?
Yeah, this will go great.
And then and then can we have everyone, including our dead skunk, make a initiative check?
Well, you got it out of the way.
I'm just gonna go, you guys.
What'd you roll? Oh
I
my
rolled a
god,
1.
Smudge rolled a 1.
I mean, that tracks.
Okay. Okay.
Ooh, wolf spiders first.
I do have like a backup character, so it's okay if she dies.
Well, yeah. Well, we don't want. We gave. You should have. You should
Okay,
have
but
one
I
failed
don't
death save
care.
from the poison. You should have one failed death save from the poison. We're not like we're not even 10 minutes into the game and someone died.
Yeah.
What kind of DM is
Okay,
running
but
this?
I've TPK'd in less time, so it's fine.
Okay, so the spider goes first. It leaps out, bites Smudge, and she sort of falls against the door, and then the damn thing disappears under the beds again.
What's the size category on a wolf spider?
It's medium.
Oh, that's a big ass spider.
It's fairly big, but I would imagine it would be sort of flat to the ground and spread out. So yeah, you guys may not have even seen clearly what happened over there. You hear Smudge sort of cry out, and she slumps against the door, and she's foaming at the mouth. So the wolf spider does its thing. You can hear something skittering under the beds over on this side of the room, and then, but you can't see it right now. So it's now Shazzy's turn.
Well, shit. The hell?
This might be why they want to remove DM critting from the game. I'm just saying.
Or maybe, you could get a DM that balances it better.
I'll take that under advisement.
I promise I won't hold it against you if Smudge dies. I'm not
I will.
attached to her yet.
I will. I will just hold an arrow till we figure out what the shit just happened.
You ready an arrow?
I ready an arrow.
To shoot it if you see it. Okay. Anise?
I'm gonna move into the room. Okay. And we cannot see that spider, right?
Well, you can certainly get down and look under the beds if you want, but you know it's somewhere on this side of the room beneath the bunks.
Could I look under the beds?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll just
Absolutely.
peek under the beds.
So you can see it under this orange bed here.
Oh wow, there's a big ass spider under there.
And it's not like a web spider. It's like a tarantula that would crawl across the desert.
Fun.
Big and hairy, and yeah. And he's under the bed there. He's like waiting that, like, if you'd come another step closer, he would have taken an attack on you.
Does he have cover? Would it be considered cover?
Yes, I would say he has like maybe a +2 to his armor class under here.
Okay.
Not enough to give you disadvantage though, or anything like that.
Oh, okay. I'll try to shoot an arrow at it.
Okay, go for it. So you look under, you're like, there it is. Pow.
Found ya.
A natural 1. So you hear the arrow like skitter under the bed and fly into Smudge, maybe. I'm kidding.
Okay.
That would be amazing. Do you have any
That's
movement
my
left?
turn.
Yep.
Why must you be
Yep.
so hurtful?
I'm not being
It's
hurtful.
okay, I promise.
She's smiling. Bingo. Bingo. What's his name? Oh, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna yell. I'm coming, Stinky! And I jump up on the first bed, and I'm gonna parkour across the tops of the beds.
Yeah.
Parkour, parkour.
Try to get down to Smudge.
So you're parkouring across the tops of the bunks. Okay.
Yeah,
I definitely want an acrobatics check for this.
I'm not
The
good at that.
one time that I don't play a freaking cleric.
They're bunk beds.
They are bunk beds.
I'm short though. I could probably run through them.
Absolutely, with an acrobatics check, you could.
All right, fine.
Is your backup character a cleric? Maybe.
May
You know what? Surprisingly, not bad at acrobatics. Didn't roll well.
No, that's good.
Actually, it's not bad.
14. Okay, so you can take your movement across the top of the bunks all the way down. Are you dashing to get to?
1, 2, 3, 4. Shit, I can't make it there because of my little legs.
You can dash.
10. No, I'm gonna stop on top of the orange bed. And I'm gonna try to just stab down through it.
Oh, I like that. Okay. It's a blind shot, so I'm going to ask that you have disadvantage on this.
That's fair. Disadvantage with a rapier.
But I like your style.
Nice.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. So Bingo runs between the bunk beds, stops on top of the one with the spider, stabs down with his rapier, and there is sort of a like squishy sound,
Ooh.
and then maybe some ichor starts like sliding out from under the bed, dripping out. Yeah, it's dead. It's dead.
Nice.
Okay.
So Smudge, give me one death save. If you've already got one failed death save.
Actually, no, I haven't had my turn yet. She doesn't.
Well,
have
are you going to be able to get to her this turn?
I'm just going to walk into here, and I'm just going from here. That is how far? Is that even? Is that 60 feet or less?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's telling me it's 25 feet, so I'm going to cast Healing Word on her.
Can you even see me?
I'm right here. I can see it from there. I can see it clearly.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
but
you
there's a
could see
bed
it.
in the way.
Yeah, but I'm short. I'm looking under the beds. I'm 2 feet tall.
He's only a gnome.
Okay.
I'm only a gnome. So I'm going to
Gnome.
cast that immediately.
Okay. I like that. Hold on. We failed our saving throw, didn't we?
So she gets 6 words of 6 points of healing.
6 words of healing.
6 words, yeah, 6
Oh,
words of healing.
hey, listen. Listen to this. So if the spider poison, so if you fail your save versus the poison reduces the target to 0, which you were already at.
Yeah,
And
I'm
the
dead.
It says the target is stable but poisoned for an hour. Even after regaining hit points, they are paralyzed while poisoned in this way.
That's okay.
Great.
We're gonna take a long rest anyway.
If you want to die, by all means.
Just sleep. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm tired. I'm gonna sleep right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna take a nap right here.
I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to take a nap right here. These are not great beds, but you can certainly lie down on them.
Dump Smudge in one of them.
Roast spider for dinner. Anybody?
I put Smudge up and I put her into the beds, and I just kind of tuck her in. Cute.
Who are you tucking in, Smudge?
Yeah, I'm gonna tuck her into one of the beds.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna inspect the room to see if there's anything else fucking waiting to jump out.
Yeah, you don't find any other spiders hiding under beds or anything like that.
Okay. No monkeys either?
There better not be a monkey.
There are no monkeys.
Okay.
There are no monkeys yet.
Stop those monkeys jumping on the bed. That's all I can say.
Maybe we should check the other doors before we try to rest here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But Smudge is literally. Hi, Smudge, honey, how you doing?
She's paralyzed.
Yeah, she's paralyzed. She can't even talk to you.
See, what are we gonna do?
Give us your best surprise face, Artemis. That's
Nope.
Smudge's surprise face. She's like,
Nope.
she's just been bit by a spider. Go.
Nope. I'm good.
Come on, do it.
You like this?
Peer pressure.
Like you come over to
Do
Spirit,
it.
she's just
Do
like,
it. Do it.
Yeah, pretty much. She's just like,
there's maybe some
No,
foam.
I don't think there'd be a smile.
There's a bit of foam and some
No.
drool coming from the side of her mouth.
That was
Heavy
like
snoring.
suspicious groundhog face.
Are there doors or are these just empty doorways that are open?
No, there is a door to the west here and a door to the east.
All right, fine.
Okay, then if we don't want to look around, I can just pick up the extra beds and just barricade the doors while we sleep.
Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
There is the tents are like in the wagons or everything are just at the bottom of the hill as well. You could always leave the place and come back.
yeah, but
No,
then you
but
gotta
then
haul my
everything
ass down there.
Everything will respawn.
How big is Smudge? how big is Smudge?
Smudge is really fucking small. She's only 4 feet tall.
Mm.
So you're
She's a
easy
giant by
to
my
drag.
standards. She's twice as tall as me.
She's twice my height.
She's
Well,
really,
I
really
could
small for a
easily-
Tabaxi. She's really small.
In gnome terms, you're an ogre.
She's enormous.
Yeah, for a Tabaxi, she's really fucking small.
You're Garfield to the gnome. Yeah, true story. Okay, so do you sort of blockade the doors and then everybody has a nap here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a nap. Okay. All right, so let's do a long rest and everybody can bump their characters' hit points, etc. Mudge, you can take your hit points back up too.
Now, druids are like clerics, right? They can get new spells.
Yes, you
Any-
can you can change and pick your spells.
Yeah.
Anything off the druid list.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that right now.
You prepare one spell per level plus your wisdom modifier. Does that work?
Yeah, I just had 3 first level spells. I think I'm going to have to jack up with some more healing.
No, you're fine.
No, I just had the 1 healing spell. I need more.
Second wind? Are you second winding before you go to bed?
No, I just clicked that by
Oh, okay.
accident.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I just
I thought
didn't
you
know. I didn't know you could actually like just send what the ability does. That's cool.
Oh, and I did find a long rest, short rest thing. If you press the gear, the cog, beside bio spells, it's on the right-hand column at the bottom before the character mancer.
Up.
I'm sorry, what was that?
So if you go to character sheet and go to the gear beside spells,
Yeah.
and then go right to the bottom,
Uh-huh.
I don't see long rest, short rest.
On mine. It's
see
above
where
the
it says-
character mancer.
It says like long rest flat or short rest / long rest on and off. Is
Yeah.
that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so if you turn that on,
If you turn that on, it actually puts a short rest, long rest on your main page of your
Uh,
character sheet.
button on your character sheet. Well, look at you. Thank you. I did not know that.
I just found it, so
Where does it put the button on your sheet?
it
Oh,
puts
there.
it below
Yep,
your
yep,
flaws.
yep, got it.
The only thing it won't do is if you have anything in those columns below, like your resources that track, like for me, it's favored foe, and I get 2 of those per rest. It doesn't change that. I haven't figured out how it does that yet.
If you hit the cogwheel on the ability,
Oh, yeah, there it is.
it's disabled, and then short rest, long rest options. So you can have those recharge on your short rest, long rest. Well, that's very handy.
Very cool.
Okay,
Smudge is only paralyzed for 1 hour, right?
that's right. She's only paralyzed for the first hour.
Okay. I'll
Oh,
go
no.
up to her.
Oh, I'm watching Anise because I know what she's like.
I'm just gonna whisper things to her.
Oh, while she can't move.
Yeah.
You just send them to me on Discord.
You know she can move after the hour, right?
I'm aware. This is a unique opportunity.
Are you gonna punch Mudge? Just punch her when you get back. Just right in the snars.
I'm gonna,
There's sauce.
I'm gonna sleep with my back to this door, and if anybody like happens to like look over while I'm sleeping, I've got like all my worldly possessions like clutched to my body, and every now and then I open one eye and I'm looking around.
Oh, buddy.
You're a little on edge.
Little bit, yeah.
You have some trust issues.
I might.
Okay.
Why? I
'Cause he
wonder why.
was not friendly, I guess.
Who don't you trust?
Yeah.
I'm friendly. I just grew up in the streets, man. You gotta watch your shit.
Like, is it maybe a nephew? A nephew, a niece, maybe. Okay, well, the long rest ends. A niece whispers sweet nothings in Smudge's ear. Do you need me to put your hit points back up there, Cap? Are you picking spells?
I'm just picking spells. I can put my hit points up. It's okay.
Okay, that's okay. And where are we going? Which door are we opening? Things were pretty quiet during the night. I will say that you did hear a number of there must be a baboon troop nearby outside. You heard them.
Oh, then you would have heard him going like, monkeys, where?
Couple times through the night.
Calm down, your shortness.
There was also maybe some distant hyena cries through the night.
Distance hyena cries.
Yeah. There
Any
may be a
goats?
hyena or two close by.
Well, I'm gonna hop on this bed. Arrow pulled. All right,
Yeah.
open the door. I'm ready this time.
Say,
Maybe-
Wayne,
Maybe
Well-
somebody else should lead the way.
are we going? We're going west then through that door.
Anything hostile, I'm gonna shoot.
Hang on, because I think there's an explosion when you open this door.
Oh, great.
I see Jasmine moves her token back away from the
No,
I'm barreling out.
3 long wooden tables and dozens of chairs that once lined the mess hall are in shambles here, mostly rotted away with the passage of years. Light shines through several large holes in the ceiling, illuminating a closed door, which actually you just came through. Yeah, and other than that, the room looks pretty silent and abandoned.
All right, I don't see anything. But be careful. Go on,
Goodness,
Go
no.
Hank.
They're sending the big one in now. All the little people keep getting whacked.
Because we're little.
That's what we do. Okay, so Gelhank moves in and looks around, and as I said, like the tables and the stools and chairs are all pretty rotten and smashed or in disrepair, but the room is empty.
Guys, I'm going to have to log out of Roll20 because Roll20's being Roll20 right now. I'll log back in so I can add the spells I want.
Yeah.
DM, just so it's legit, I've got Shillelagh and Cure Light Wounds, and I've dropped Guidance, and I've dropped, what was the other one I had there? Animal Handling. I've dropped those 2 to replace.
Animal
Okay.
You
Hand-
can't change your cantrips.
What's that?
You can't
No,
change
he's
your
not.
cantrips.
His cantrips are Druidcraft and Mending.
Oh,
Druidcraft.
my apologies. But
Sorry.
guidance is a cantrip.
What are you... What? Oh, yeah, Guidance is a cantrip.
It
You
is.
don't
I was
have
going to
guidance.
swap it out to Shillelagh.
I think you can do that when you level up.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
fine.
I think you're stuck with Guidance for a while.
Oh, I
I'll-
just
I'll-
thought it was all. I didn't realize cantrips
okay.
had a special thing. Too cool.
I'll put-
Then I'll do that. I'll fix
I'll put
that.
Guidance back in. I'll put Guidance back in. And what other spells were you looking to
I was
add?
gonna drop Animal Handling and go to was it not Animal Handling? Speak with Animals. Oh,
Yeah.
Animal Friendship, and I was gonna go to Cure Light Wounds. Because I think that's going to be needed a little bit more.
Cure wounds.
Yeah. And I'm just logging back into Roll20 because it's being so Roll20 today.
I'm just going to leave them on your list here so that you can you can add. You can just put the red dot beside the ones that you have readied.
Yep.
And your total slots are how many?
3.
3. Why won't it let me put his slots to 3? That's weird.
I don't know. It's okay.
Oh, it says you're using spell points. Maybe that's the problem. Hold on.
Spell slots or how many spells you can have prepared?
I can have 3 spells prepared. 3 first level spells prepared.
And you cast 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's where the error is here on the character sheet. Hold on. We're getting you sorted out here, my man. There we go. But for whatever reason, slot total, it won't.
Did I break something?
Probably.
Oh well.
It seems to be using spell points for your character sheet, and I don't know where to change that as opposed to spell slots.
You know what? I just enabled a whole bunch of things. Like I enabled that spell thing on the little doohickey thing when we were doing that thing
Oh,
with the
there. You accidentally turned spell points on. That's okay.
yeah. Okay, I can turn that off.
No, I got it turned off. It's done.
Thank you.
Did break it.
It's all
I
good.
totally broke it.
Okay.
I got greedy.
You just have to put a red dot beside the 3 that you're ready.
Perfect.
Ready. Okay, so yeah, this looks empty.
Give Gale Hank a nod. Darling, on you.
Push the barbarian forward.
We were already up this way because this is where we started, so I guess we're going down then.
Did we look in this first room
I
here?
don't think we checked this room. Just kind of look down the hallway.
Yeah, you can certainly look in that room. Beyond a doorless arch appears to be a large kitchen, complete with walls lined in shelves and cupboards. A huge central table and an enormous oven against the north wall. Several drawers and cupboards doors stand askew, and the floor here is a jagged field of broken glass, smashed pottery, bits of sharp stone, jagged bones, and discarded cutlery. So this entire room counts as difficult terrain if you move into it.
Well, either the baboons or the pugwampy got in here.
It definitely looks that way, like something has just smashed cutlery and crockery all over the like.
Or a bunch of frat boys.
Mm-hmm.
Can I investigate the room for anything useful?
Absolutely. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw as you move about the room, please? Because
Oh no.
There's lots of sharp
Yup.
stuff. You're about to get tetanus, maybe.
Go to 0 hit points with that
Oh
shot.
no!
Bruh.
20. Look at that natural 20. 28 on your dex save. Wow.
She's like
so,
tap dancing over it.
Yeah, there's nothing sticks, like nothing pokes you or anything like that in here. You avoid all the cut glass and such. Everything, like there is nothing left that has not been smashed on the floor. It looks like all of this old pottery and glassware and crockery, like all of that has been smashed on the floor. There is nothing left. And there are clearly footprints of the Pugwampy all over this room.
Is there any food
There is not.
or
no.
anything like that?
I wouldn't want to
There's
touch it
nothing
after
here.
a pugwampy got its mitts all over it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're heading downstairs. Just
Sure.
remember that courtyard. The vulture might have come back,
Probably
We
did.
wandering in.
didn't open this door down in here, did we?
There's a door there?
Sorry?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we didn't
door
open that
here.
door.
There
The
is
one
a
that-
door in the bunk room where the spider.
Yeah, where I got attacked. There's a door there.
I will prepare an arrow and shoot at anything hostile.
And I will prepare my sling and hide behind this bed.
Okay.
Yeah, Hank. Come here,
There's a
open
little
the
door.
door.
Kind of mutter, better not be a monkey.
Oh, I get to give someone inspiration. Thank you,
Turn off
mister.
your pug wompy.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll d6 and someone's getting inspiration. I'm gonna just go down the list here from the top. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shazzy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I think there's a place for inspiration on your character sheet.
Yep, I already got it.
Yep, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
And that's from Mystery.
Thank you, Emerson.
They took care of you. Okay, so let me open this door here. All right, so beyond this doorway is a small, almost closet-like room and a set of dark stairs. Like well, it's not dark, I guess, with your dark vision, but you know,
Hey, these stairs are really dark.
a shadowy set of steps going down.
May I suggest lighting a torch?
Sure, I'll light it.
Are we gonna go down these creepy dark stairs?
Well, it's either these creepy dark stairs or the ones behind the statue.
Or the
Which were
secret.
also dark and creepy.
Yeah.
And secret, yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna prepare a torch before I guess I go first down these creepy stairs.
You get the honors, Hank, of going
Let-
first.
Hey, let me hold that for you, honey. I'll reach to take the torch.
Just like holds it up higher.
I think I'm the only person that can't see in the dark.
Okay, so Bingo is following.
Yeah.
I'm
So
behind them.
just give me 1 second to set up Bingo's light here. Dynamic lighting. Okay, 20 and 20 for a torch, I believe.
Ah!
There we go. Get everybody else.
What are we doing down in the basement?
Niece. Kaplan. Okay.
Oh, I like the creepy music.
So you descend the stairs, and Gelhank and Bingo see this first, but the chamber seems to be an enormous laboratory. Against the north and south walls are two identical dioceses, raised about 5 feet from the laboratory floor, each accessed by a wide set of curved stairs. And atop each dais is a wide workbench covered in a bewildering series of glass beakers, tubes, and other alchemical devices. Some of these containers are filled with a murky green substance. A massive mold-encrusted basalt table dominates the entrance of the room, which is right here in the middle. Flanked by two small tables to the east and west containing surgical tools and sheaves of old parchment. The walls of the subterranean lab were clearly fashioned from the living rock under the monastery, but carefully cut mold-encrusted tiles line the floor, interrupted occasionally by metal drains the size of dinner plates.
The hell kind of monastery was this?
There is sort of this there's sort of this slimy mold over the entire room, but really concentrated up on the on the table in the center. And it looks like sort of sloppy, near liquefied plant matter, but it's festooned with little tiny mushrooms that are growing out of it, and patches of silky green and mustard-hued mold.
Ugh. 2 questions for you, Jeremy.
Yep.
One, would I have been able to identify that item when we took a long rest?
Do you have the identify spell?
No.
No.
Okay. Two, what does it smell like down here?
Very musty. Very musty. And there's a bit of a rot smell.
Looking around, is there like a layer of dust on everything I can see, or is it look fairly like? Is everything dusty or no?
No, everything's a little bit damp because
Okay.
the mold is almost slime-like. Like it looks like just imagine. This is maybe telling you a little bit too much about my cleaning habits, but if you leave like a Caesar salad out too long, the sort of the romaine lettuce goes really nasty and sort of gooey, runny.
So it's a room full of romaine lettuce.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
I would like to do a nature check to see whether I recognize that type of mold.
Absolutely. Make a nature check for me.
Doing it right now.
It's black mold. You need an abatement.
So I just did that. I did a whopping 9 for my nature check.
Looks like mold.
Wait a minute, it says 1. How come this is 1 plus 1d4? I don't know. Oh yeah, I get it. It's for my bonuses on it. Yeah, so I did horrible. So it looks it's moldy. Get some Javex, will be fine.
Thanks for that, Kepler. Your knowledge
Anytime.
is wonderful. So helpful in this situation.
I'll be left over from monkeys.
Monkeys and mold are not the same thing. They both start with M. I'll give you that.
So you guys are on the steps, and basically, if you step into this rectangular room, you're stepping on sort of the floor is just covered in a slick sheen of this stuff.
Hmm.
The color around these drains, is it all just this green sheen, or is there any red mixed in there?
No, it's all green and sort of mustardy colored. Are you looking for like blood?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't see anything like that.
Oh.
Where's in P?
I'll check the floor. I'll step off the stairs and onto the.
Parkour off of the floor. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
So where are you going?
I'm just gonna walk right onto the main floor there.
Okay.
I want to make sure it's safe for everybody.
It's very gooey. It's like walking on snot, and it squishes. Are you the type of halfling that has like bare feet, hair topped? Are you like a hobbit foot, or are you wearing?
I'm gonna
boots?
say yes because it's
Okay, yeah. So it totally sort of squishes up between your toes,
yeah.
and you guys can see where the footprints of Bingo, they get left behind.
It's okay. I got poison resistance. I'll probably be okay. I'll just stand there and kind of stomp in the goo a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah.
So he looks healthy still?
Well, I'm not gonna say he looks healthy because he's kind of a filthy little thing, but there doesn't seem to be any change in Bingo's appearance.
Okay, I'm gonna follow behind in his tiny footsteps.
They're pretty big. They got big feet. What?
Okay.
You know what?
We got big hairy feet.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Well, so once everybody starts moving, I'm gonna move closer to the stone
Table.
That-
Yeah,
the
the table is where it is just encrusted with the stuff, and some of the edges of the table, like you can see where the slime is kind of dried out and almost crystallized.
Okay. Is anybody familiar with alchemy stuff?
Playing with medicine. Maybe they might have been. These are good clerics. Maybe these are like a medical chamber.
Don't
gonna
be
go-
putting the initiative tracker up. What are you doing?
Then I'm gonna go look at
I didn't
the.
see anything.
Saw that too.
I'm gonna go
And the
look
slime
at the.
attacks.
I'm gonna go look at the table here to see if I can recognize any of the stuff that's on it. I'm gonna do a. If anything's medical,
Okay.
I'll do a
So-
medicine check.
There are yeah, go ahead and make a medicine check.
And that
Yeah.
because they got a whole 9. I'm sucking big time here.
Well, everything looks like like an alchemist's lab,
Mhm.
and quite an extensive one. There are also a number of sheaves of paper that are rolled up, and they are they're on a the way that they've been set at the back of the desk. The mold has not seemed to.
I'm
bother
gonna open one, see if I can read it.
Yeah. On first, first looking over it, you're not so sure, and then you realize that these are instructions to create a healing ointment.
Healing spell. All right. Kind of gonna tuck that one in my pocket. That might come in handy. I'll read the next one.
The other one is talking about how to create these sort of pigments that can be used to disguise yourself.
Okay, I'll keep that one too. What's the next one say?
Well, that's all. The sheaves are just sort of there's a number of them that talk about how to create this restorative ointment, and another one for these pigments.
Mm-hmm. I take the one on how to hide yourself. And oh, she's not down here yet. I was gonna give it to Anise when she comes down, but she's not down yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't see the map. I think it's because I'm not down there.
Oh, hold on a sec. Let me. Maybe I haven't.
Yep, that works.
Can you see it now?
Mm.
Okay, there we go.
What are you giving me?
So it looks like that these are the alchemical ingredients to create a magic item known as marvelous pigments.
Yeah, I'm giving them to you.
Oh my
And
god,
I'm
I
gonna keep.
love
I'm gonna
those.
keep. I'm gonna keep the ointments one for myself, so I can figure out how to make that healing ointment.
And it talks. Pardon me. I thought I have made a mistake here. So it's not for actually hiding or anything. But if you paint with these pigments, your drawings and such become three-dimensional. They become 3-dimensional and real. Like you could paint a pit on the floor and it would become a pit.
These are the ingredients, right? Like the components?
This is essentially the recipes for creating the pigments, and the other ones are for creating Kemptom's ointment.
What sort of ingredients do you all need?
It's pretty
What
it's
was
a
the
pretty
ointment it
long
can
list.
make? What was the ointment it can make?
Kemptom's ointment. I might be pronouncing that wrong. Just a second. I'll get it for you here. Ointment. Yeah, restorative ointment, which is show to the players. There's that. Can you guys see that I linked?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is the marvelous pigments, so you can see what they do. You would guess that these recipes are worth about well over a few hundred gold. Like this could be 300, 400, 500 gold pieces, these recipes. If you could find an alchemist that, was skilled enough to create them.
So the ingredients list are very extensive.
Yeah, a lot of rare stuff on there. And I'm sorry, is anyone in the party proficient with alchemist tools or alchemist kits?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, so it all reads a little unclear to you, but you can see the end result of, like, it talks about like how the restorative ointment can be used to heal wounds. and as well as poison and disease, and the marvelous pigments, how the the drawings, paintings from the brush can create actual objects.
Are there any doors in this chamber other than that hallway that's leading, I would assume, north?
That hallway that leads to
So-
the, I believe it's the, I think it's the north. We'll call it the north for the sake of. It leads to a door and it ends.
Okay. I'm just gonna poke around on.
Bingo can also see a small, relatively small broken pipe that extends from the wall down that hallway.
Oh, interesting. I'm just gonna take a quick look at this table over here without touching anything.
Yep. Okay. Again, lots of alchemical devices and beakers and glass tubes, etc. Everything covered with a dose of the slime mold.
Okay. I'm just gonna go over here and wait for Gilhank.
And that pipe, I'll just mark the map here. Objects, tokens, drawings, circle. The little blue one here. Can we see the blue circle that I?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So that's where that pipe is, and it's about at shoulder height, and it just sort of sticks out, and it looks like it might have one time bent and went up into the ceiling, but the ceiling there's just a hole there. The pipe's not there any longer.
Dare you to stick your
Bingo,
face
you
in
wanna
it.
go up that hole?
I'm trying to think what was above us right there. Was it the room with the books?
No, it would
So
have been.
this would have been out towards the courtyard where the vulture and everything was.
Oh, okay. Like, is this a latrine pipe?
Nah, it wouldn't be a latrine pipe. Not down here.
Sure.
Well, up until yesterday, I had said monkeys are nice, but clearly I was wrong.
All right, let's go check out this door up here.
Did anyone check this table?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Bingo did.
Okay.
I'm assuming the door is right up here.
Yep.
I got an arrow ready again.
I'm gonna get my sling ready.
Same.
Is there?
Yeah, I'll have a weapon ready.
Actually, I probably can't really see it. I was just wondering if there's anything interesting of notice on that pipe. Does it look like it was just like rotted off, or does it look like it was cut? Or
Do you want? You can make an investigation or perception check on it for me.
okay. Both are equally bad. So yep.
That's a pass.
Okay.
What's
So
that pipe?
Bingo comes over and sort of stands on his tiptoes and tries to check it out to see if there's anything on, and everyone hears a slight gurgle, and then the pipe just kind of hits Bingo in the face with the money shot of all kinds of that green and mustardy slime. Just like, what was that kids show on MTV where they slime people?
Like,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
Yeah, like just right in the face.
I got uh-oh'd.
Takes a big
Oh,
shot
no.
of it. Yeah, and he looks around. He looks at you kind of like a thickly glazed donut as he looks over at you. Can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please, Bingo?
Don't tell anybody about this.
Don't tell
I'm
me.
gonna tell everyone.
I won't tell anyone. You don't tell about the monkeys. I won't tell anyone about this.
15.
Okay. Yeah. So it hits him in the face, and he turns around and is like, "Don't tell anybody about this." And then sort of a little bit more shoots out and hits him in the shoulder, and now it's just dripping on him.
I would know
shouldn't stand there.
if it's poison, Jared, just because I have resistance to poison. Is it poison?
Hold on one sec. I'll check that for you. Good call. It is not poison.
Okay.
It's poop.
I pull out a little like rag out of my pocket and I kind of wipe my eyes.
Yeah. You wipe that away.
I
And I'm
look
gonna
up at
say,
Galahad
I'm
and
gonna
like,
say that that just happened maybe as the door opens.
how do I look?
Like you always do.
Probably the cleanest he's been in weeks.
Yeah, you can maybe see actual skin now from sand and dust and dirt. So beyond the door, the monastery's undercrypt lies before you, and it's a series of 10-foot wide, rough-hewn passages dug into what appears to be like a. You can see up here a T intersection, like a cross formation. An eerie silence pervades this cool subterranean funerary network, which must contain the bodies of scores, if not hundreds, of honored worshippers of Saren Ray in shallow niches carved into the walls of the passages. Many of the skeletal remains have been roughly tossed from their niches, and countless bones and skulls line the floor.
Can I check for traps
Yeah, absolutely.
as we move?
Give me a perception check. It looks clear, Anise.
Totally safe.
I'll
Let's
assume that as we
go.
move about that you're still looking and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Anise has been given inspiration.
There we go. Anise has inspiration. Thanks, Bainstrom. Yeah, so, you know, there's all sorts of little niches in the wall. They're stacked a few high, and bodies would lie in them, but a lot of them have been disturbed. There's bones littering the floor.
Is it slimy in here too?
It is not. No, the mold doesn't. Once you get past that doorway, there's no slime or mold here.
Thank you for the
Yeah,
sub, Bainstrom.
Yes,
Yeah,
Kaplan's
Bainstrom.
walking by. He's just gonna be picking up skulls and putting them back on top of the
Okay.
and doing like a little.
You're tidying up the place.
Well, not tidying up, trying to show some respect for these people, right? Like,
Okay.
he is a holy man, right? Although he's
As
a
you
druid.
as you pick up a skull, like there's all sorts of cobwebs and spider webs sort of hanging off it. Not to alarm you for spider webs, like little spiders that would be.
Yeah.
You know. So you think they've been on the floor for some time. This is not a recent disturbance.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean over to Eplin and be like, "Be careful. Those might be monkey spiders." And I just keep walking.
Not liking you right now.
Off in the distance, you can hear like an ooh. Ee. Have you ever seen Young Frankenstein, where every time they say Frau Blucher, the horse whinnies? We got to do that with Kepler. Every time someone mentions monkeys, like baboons
Yep.
are heard in the distance.
He's
So,
like,
so yeah, this intersection you reach, and you can see the tunnel heading to your left and right, as well as straight ahead further. And it's really cool. It's really quiet. Like you guys, all you hear is your guys' footfalls and maybe the crunch of a little bit of sand and grit under your feet, or maybe someone, kicks a bone or something. But yeah, very quiet.
Peek up and down the hallway.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and move yourself out, and it'll show you what's. I'm not going to throw a trap at you or anything, but there we go. So you can see like smaller side branches here as well.
Which way do we go?
Well, we gotta check all of them. Might as well start one way and clear the rest.
Let's go right.
To the right, to the right. Okay.
Checking for traps.
Yep. Nothing like that yet. You can see the end of the hallway now, and it ends in a couple niches where bodies lay. And these side tunnels, Anise, very narrow compared to the hallway you're in, but bodies stacked on the sides, and actually lots of them as well disturbed and knocked into the narrow corridors. But it does not look like anyone's been here for a long time. Like, you don't see any signs of someone else having passed this way. However, in a couple places, the way the bones are on the floor, you start to think less that they were disturbed from resting places, and more like there might have been some sort of mass combat in these tunnels, and this is where the bodies fell and lay.
Hmm.
Oh, not that these things fell, but like people died fighting in here.
Yeah. Just the way they're littered about, and you start to find like a couple with weapons and rotted armor, and you're like, I don't think this was necessarily a funerary skeleton. Maybe even the niches above it are undisturbed, like the bodies are still lying in them. But here on the floor, you know, and if there was combat in these tunnels, a lot of people died here.
Anything of value that we can see
You have not spotted anything in this particular tunnel that speaks
that
of
looks
value.
useful?
I'd like to use a medical check on them, see how they died. Whether they died by like blunt force trauma or some sort of edged weapon, or was it like by claws or being bitten or something?
Go ahead and give me that check.
There we are. Finally got something good. So 21.
Yeah, some of them definitely died from weapon wounds. Spears, clubs, hammers, maces.
Anything like claws or stuff like that, or like bite marks?
No,
that's what I'm looking for.
It looks very much. I don't know if Kepler has ever, walked an old battlefield, but it feels like
Okay.
these are men and women that were fighting and fell. All races though, right? Human, elf, dwarf.
I'm going to share that with the party what I found, since they had some big fight.
Is it just bones, or is there any flesh left? Any remains?
Not if there is any sort of flesh left, it is long since sort of desiccated, and it would be like almost like paper, and if you touched it, it would just sort of disintegrate. There's nothing like that left.
Kind of strange that there was a big battle in a church basement.
Also, in these narrow-ass corridors, why would you put yourself in such a position?
Well, the only reason why you put yourself in a tight position like this is to make sure that your numbers negated the enemy's numbers. If they had greater numbers than you, that would be the only reason. So they couldn't bring their forces to bear. So this must have been a last stand.
So just to save a little bit of time, this branch you guys explore and don't find anything of value or sort of any.
And this is just
Every
like
time-
more alcoves at the back wall?
Exactly, more niches. Yeah.
Every time I go past one of these bodies, I'm just going to give like a little holy gesture, like the rest in peace, just to not trying to be like rude. Like I'm not clearly of their faith, but just trying to.
Yep. Nope. A number of the skeletons you do notice have Saren Ray symbols.
Well, now we know what happened to or at least we know where the final resting place of the priests of Saren Ray are.
Awful presumptuous.
Well, if they went missing, and this is where I'd come if I was outnumbered.
Bill.
So yeah, so this side doesn't reveal anything of worth. So you start heading down the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Bill?
Being a bill.
So this one,
He is attacking.
He's like, "You're mine." This one appears to be identical in layout and architecture to the other side. However, Anise, you spot in amongst some bones a small teak box marked with the holy symbol of Saren Ray.
Where approximately would that be?
I'm gonna say just down this side passage that she's looking.
You tried to climb. Your cat tried to climb the back.
I think
Didn't
the
quite
cat is
make
being
it.
exiled.
Yes.
He's a terrible jumper for.
No, he was actually he was climbing the bookcase like the Amazing Spider-Man, then fell.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
tracks.
so it's a small teak
Terrible
box,
jumper.
and clearly the symbol of Saren Ray has been carved into that. And now I think we have Saren Ray's. Yeah. So did that show? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Is
it's
it
like
locked?
it's that winged form. It doesn't have a lock. It just looks like a little box, and it's closed. It's made of teak wood.
Can I check it for traps?
Absolutely. Give me an
Okay.
investigation check.
A move over here.
Away from the possibly trapped box.
Yeah. It's an explosion.
Boom.
Well,
Well, Anise, it looks clear. You don't see anything suspicious.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay. Inside, there's a silver chain and a symbol. It's not like the holy symbols, but it definitely has it has a shield, and it has a pair of wings, just like the wings of Saren Ray off of it. So it's not her holy symbol, but it definitely has still a Saren Ray feel to it, and it's on a silver chain.
I'm gonna pocket that.
Okay. Do you take the box as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing to see here.
I'm like right behind you.
Don't tell anyone.
Get my cut.
Oh, you will. Don't worry.
And I don't mean you cutting me.
is it kind of more of the same in the rest of the passageways there, Jeremy? Is that what
Yeah.
you said?
Yeah, and that's all you find on this side.
Okay.
Again, though, you see more signs that there was combat in this side as well, and lots of bones.
We get back to the intersection. Wait for everybody to show back up. I'm just gonna stick with Gelhank here because I
Stop
appreciate.
hiding under my legs.
I like stacking myself on top of her token, like I'm under her legs.
It was funny before you were on stream. We were looking for your token, couldn't find it anywhere, and literally found it under Gelhank's token. We were like, creepy.
Appropriate.
So at this point, Bingo, you hear from down the hallway here to the north. You hear the sounds of fighting. Swords tearing, shields clunking as maces and maybe flails or things like that hit them.
Nobody else can hear this?
Well, you look about and nobody else is reacting. No.
Oh. So there's combat up ahead.
What? I don't hear nothing.
You don't hear that?
Do I hear it?
No, not at all.
I guess it must be my halfling ear.
Did get hit in the head with something.
That's true.
Captain looks up at Smudge. Goes, what the hell is that boy talking about?
I don't know.
Come on, let's go. People could need our help. I'll start I'm gonna hot foot ahead about 25 feet.
Or it could be a bunch of skeletons fighting. Maybe you should
What?
slow down.
Your voice just echoes through the
I'm too
hallways.
far ahead to hear you.
He's gonna get himself killed.
Yeah, so I start moving forward.
Yeah, you can hear it like it's just beyond your torchlight.
Does it
Slow
remain
down, wee
outside
boy.
of his torchlight?
What's that?
Does it remain outside of his torchlight? Like the closer he gets, the further it gets?
He keeps hearing like it's just ahead in the tunnel. It's just ahead in the tunnel.
Come on, guys, it's just ahead. Let's go.
Bingo, I think you're being bamboozled.
Wait, is somebody tracking where we're going and the turns we're making right now?
Relax. This is kind of my thing. I got it.
I got it.
I just like keep moving ahead.
Yeah.
And
So
I
Bingo,
turn around and I can't see them anymore because they're outside my torch range.
you keep pace. You sort of hurry along. You're hearing the noise, and then ahead you can hear an intersection. And as soon as the intersection comes in view of your light, all the sounds of battle cease.
So like, right about there.
Yeah.
Can I use thaumaturgy to cause whispers around him?
Absolutely,
Like
you can.
this creepy, like scattering, like spider sounds around him.
Spider sounds.
Yeah.
So the sounds of combat fade away, only to be replaced by that of scurrying spiders, clicking of fangs.
I pull my rapier.
What are you doing over there?
The hell's going on?
What's
You,
wrong, Bingo?
hearing
What's wrong?
things?
I just kind of look around like, come back and I go kind of hide under Gelhank's legs.
Are you sending us on a goose chase? What's going on? You just sent us down the hall, and now you're running back to me.
I heard fighting and then I came up here and it stopped and now I hear spiders.
Someone's sleeping on the couch tonight.
Someone's afraid of spiders, someone's afraid of monkeys. This is quite the group.
We are brave individuals,
Sure. I believe that.
and we bravely ran away.
So ahead, some of you can see, I think some of you can see the intersection. I don't know if everyone can see it, but you see an intersection right here. Just like the previous one.
Maybe I'll move up. Not afraid of spiders.
Smudge probably is.
So, Anise, as you move up, you can see to the north a set of stairs climbing back up, and they look very familiar. They look like the narrow stairs that were behind the statue.
Well, looks like we just went full circle. We are back at the statue.
And to your left and right, there are tunnels with side passageways and bones, just as you had found before.
For me.
Well,
You heard something, Bingo.
I did. It was coming from right around here, and then it just stopped. Maybe they went to one of the sides here.
maybe you've gone crazy.
I don't think so.
Well, you're the only one hearing anything. We haven't heard anything.
I have really good ears, but that might be it.
Well, I guess we check these tunnels and head back up, huh?
I'm gonna run my tail up Bingo's back.
That's not Bingo. That's me. Get away from me, creepy lady.
Bingo,
Where's
make
Bingo?
a perception check to see if you just give us a
There's Bingo.
perception. I'm going to only put a DC 10 on it. If you get higher than 10, you quickly realize it's her tail, but otherwise you think you have a spider on you. Okay, you quickly realize it's the tail.
Feel like I just swat her tail away.
I'll make the spider sounds again.
Okay.
But the rest of us would hear them, though, because it's
Yes.
not...
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
The spider sounds everyone hears. And maybe Bingo even gets sort of, if Anise does that as she passes, you maybe see her, whatever.
Oh yeah, I'll make it noticeable.
Yeah.
I just look up at her and I kind of give a little chuckle and give a wink at her. I appreciate a good joke.
Keplin, as you move down the tunnel here, you notice a body that sort of stands out from the rest. Ahead in the tunnel, maybe
Apparently
up here.
it's standing.
Maybe, yeah, it's standing. That would be.
That'd really
That
make
would
it
be
stand out.
You see a corpse of a man in yellowing leather armor. A lot of the other bodies have had holy symbols and that, and clearly were part of some sort of a monastic community. This body is not. He's in
Right.
yellowing leather armor and lies on the passageway floor ahead of you.
I'll go investigate him and see what I can make out from him.
Okay. He has his armor. His armor has stood up better than the rest that of clothing and that you've seen in the area, but not to say it's magical. It's just very well made and has stood the test of time. And in his one hand, he has his skeletal hand. He has clutched a dagger that looks like it's of fine quality and has.
I'm gonna pick it up.
It has sort of a knotwork pattern worked into the hilt.
All right, I'll take the dagger
Okay.
From his cold, dead hands.
from his cold dead hands.
That doesn't seem very respectful, Kaplan.
Not.
Clearly, this wasn't one of the fellow holy men.
He may have been here defending them holy people.
True. Then he won't mind me using it to defend us.
Desecrating graves.
As you tuck the
see what's
dagger into your
considered.
belt.
Yeah. For me, it's more like more of a sword than a dagger.
Okay. Anything else people would like to do in this tunnel?
Does he have anything else on him? Anything I can make out or discern what he might have been? Like like any sort of symbols, like something from his house, any house he would have belonged to.
Nothing
his
like
order.
that to identify him. Other than his armor is glaringly different than everybody else you've seen in the tomb.
Okay. All right. Well, we should keep checking the tunnels. You guys coming, or are we going back up?
We do have to clear this place. Still gotta deal with that vulture in the courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Just making a couple notes here. One moment.
Kill party.
Yes. Let me put that in caps. Just a moment. Okay. Yeah, so you guys have a look down this right side, and other than that man that sort of stood out from the rest, you don't find anything.
Okay.
Back to the left, I guess.
Yeah.
To the left, to the left.
What do I see down the tunnel? Same as before, or is anything
Same as
standing out?
before. Nope, there's no difference here. There's no difference here. As you make your way down this tunnel, at the very end, you notice that there is a skeleton lying on the floor, and around him, the bones are in particularly bad shape. Shattered, broken bones around him, and he is holding a mace that looks untarnished by
I'm gonna pick the mace up.
by time. Okay, so you go over and you pick the mace up.
Yeah.
Looks in good shape, and it looks whoever was wielding it did some serious damage to these people around him before.
Is there anything else on this guy? Like, would he look similar to the other guy I saw? Like,
No, his armor, no,
okay.
nothing like
and
that.
he's not a holy, but he's clearly not from this order, right? He's not one of these monks.
He could be.
Okay.
He has the tattered cloth over him.
And it's a really good mace.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I walk up to Jasmine and I go, you might need this. And I hand it to her.
It's just
I'm gonna
loaded
collect
down,
all the weapons now.
loaded down with weapons. Yeah.
Well, she's our heavy hitter, so if this is a well-made mace, she might be pretty good with it.
She's polyarmorist.
Yeah.
At least I can carry it through this place, and then if somebody wants to afterwards. Like, at least I'll lug it around.
Look, if you don't want it, look, I'm not trying. Look, I can carry it. I just thought you might need it.
He just feels bad about grave robbing, and he wants you to take it.
Yeah, so you
All right,
get the
I'm just gonna keep
curses.
the mace then. I'll just keep the mace then. Fine. And he kind of stumbles off this mace on his shoulder.
I think he's compensating for something.
If you want the mace, keep it. I have a warhammer, but yeah.
I was thinking this. Wait, all right, never mind. I'll just keep the mace.
Well, it
Okay.
looks pretty clear down here. We should head back up.
Why
Yeah.
not?
I want to get away from these spiders, so.
Okay. So you head back and go up the other stairs, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So in out of game terms, the party has successfully sort of cleared the monastery. All that remains is the vulture, and he has flown off. So we're at about an hour and a half in. We're going to take our break, and for clearing the monastery, we're going to milestone that, and everyone's going to level to level 2. So when we come, we're going to take our break, and when we come back, we'll do what we can to get ourselves leveled up quick and continue the story. Okay?
Sure.
We'll be right back.
Okay, awesome.
Why you know word? And 2. There we go. We're back.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
Pasta has joined the party. Everybody's showing their cats. I don't know if we're allowed to have this many pussies on screen at one time.
Elvira!
Ooh.
Well, we already had one.
Do you see Elvira?
Were you looking at me?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. So the party has cleared the monastery. The giant vulture is sort of still around. Like, he's been flying. You've seen him flying, but he certainly does not like the idea that people have moved sort of back into the monastery.
That's him problem.
Yep.
Alma asks
That's Alma's
you.
problem.
Yeah, Alma asks if it's safe for, you know, can the monastery be moved into, and has a well been located?
Didn't find a well, did we?
The wells was in the middle where the vulture was it not?
Mm-hmm.
We just didn't explore. I don't think.
Oops. That was part of it? I thought we just
I
had
don't
to
think
clear
the
it.
well was in there. Hold on, let me check that.
A well.
Mm-mm.
Could also be where that pipe was connected to.
Yeah.
Or there was like
Okay.
that fountain thing or something. The
Mm-hmm.
Sturge room.
Yes.
Which might have been connected to where the pipe was.
The elbows connected to it? Yeah, no problem. Okay, well.
What's going on up there?
Oh yeah,
The boy can't be tamed.
there is a well just outside of the monastery. It's not on.
I
I'm sorry.
thought, yeah,
not on my
I
map.
thought we saw it, no? Before we went in.
I might have mentioned it, but I'm not sure. So yes, you can direct her to the well and everything.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely. There was a well just outside.
So
Perfectly safe.
she orders her retinue of sort of guards and the mercenaries that she brought to start cleaning out debris and rotten wood can be
Baboon
stacked
poop.
to make burned, baboon poop, things like that.
Dead
And
spider.
that's going to take probably a few days in order for that to be done. She thanks you. She thanks you for taking on that task. Elma says she was a little worried when you didn't come back that first night, but she's glad to see that everything's well. They did come up and sort of take a peek around, but they couldn't see any bodies, so they assumed you made it okay.
We were just fine, darling, obviously.
Alma,
Nobody almost died at all.
how thankful are you, Goldwise?
Well, I have a little bit.
Hmm. Yeah, we almost died quite
we
a few
didn't.
times.
No, we didn't. That never happened.
Oh, and there's
It
that
says-
one point where Bingo got like smudge in the face.
It's
Sorry, sludge in the face.
it's-
My God, sorry.
Mhm.
not smudge.
No,
Yeah,
there was no
smudge in the-
pussy in your face.
Oh, okay.
Much as you might like it.
Keplin's gonna go look for Ferris and just ask Ferris what the convoy was doing while we were away.
Fucking nothing. Obviously.
Ferris tells you that that they were, that they didn't leave. They had sort of created another camp while you guys were in there, and tells you that they seem. I'm trying to think how the fox would perceive it. They seem
What does it
very
say?
nervous. They seem very nervous.
Did one not seem as nervous as much as the rest? And did one stay away from the rest of the group and wander outside the caravan at odd hours? That's what I want to know.
No, he doesn't recall anyone leaving. He does tell you that there was a lot of yelping and howling in the nights, and that the stinky one was worried that gnolls were nearby.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then last thing,
They
how many, how many
stayed-
chickens did you eat?
No, he's been full. He has not.
Okay.
Yeah, he did not. He has not partaken of that. He does tell you though that like he smelt gnoll the past couple nights, and that the other animals, like the goats, the chickens, the camels, they're all on edge too.
All right. I think again, I just tell him how he's like the best friend a guy could have. Just that's awesome. Thanks, man. That's exactly what I want to know. You're just the best.
Yeah, he totally high steps and prances around you. Like, yeah.
And I
Very
don't know
cool,
what
very
I don't know what our thing would be for like a high five, like you're the man. Like that kind of talk when I'm talking to him. I'm gonna go
Okay.
nonchalantly share it with
Fist bump
my
his
group.
tail.
Whatever. Just give nonchalant. Tell the Ferris says there was a bunch of gnolls at night around here, so we'll have to keep ourselves. They haven't attacked the camp, but they were going around the camp, and then we found those punk wonkies. So when we're going to bed at night, we'll always have to keep one eye open, and one of us should be on guard, and we should be prepared for a fight anytime. And if there's any baboons, well, that's a fight right there and then.
In the distance.
So we done here, Alma, or am I free to go?
No. She takes you around the side of the old monastery, and you can see in the distance, just on sort of the horizon, because probably a couple miles away. You're looking into sort of a mountainous valley, and you can see just sort of the outlines of a town. I wouldn't say village. It looks bigger than that because you can see it. She goes, "There it is, Bingo. Calmoraine. If we can retake that, then maybe the Packmasters will give me a little bit more respect, and all of you will gain what was promised to you. Freedom. She looks at Anise. Money. You know.
Well, Gilhank, this is what we gotta do.
I'm just in it for the glory, baby.
She looks to all of you and says, we'll have to set up accommodations in the monastery for you, if there's a room that you would, that you'd like. By all means, you did the work.
Can you save the monkey room for Keflin?
Keflin gets the monkey room.
Kaplan does not want the monkey room.
It's certainly offered up if he would like it.
I will gladly not take the. I'm a little person. I don't need that much space. That's just too much room for me.
Is there a chamber that you guys would like to claim as your own in here?
Which one's the cleanest one that we saw so far? I think it's the one where Smudge got attacked, no?
Yeah, with the bunks, you could totally.
Yeah.
Let's take the Smudge memorial bedroom.
Smudge memorial bedroom.
Now, so you guys get in there and start making yourself comfortable, and things are being carried in from the caravan, and that they've started to clear out the bush and everything where the vulture is, and where the vulture was rather. When you're maybe coming in and out, maybe you're carrying something for them there, Bingo. You envision, you see one of the trees sort of in your mind.
Again?
You remember one of the big trees out there in that courtyard, the big old gnarled trees, and you think to yourself, there's probably a rapier under one of those.
I will, with that vision of a rapier, I will run towards the tree.
Okay, you walk in, and and Alma's people have cleared a lot of the brush out, and they're stacking it for burning at night and things like that. And there's one of these big, sort of gnarled and crooked trees. It doesn't have a whole lot of, it doesn't have much in the way of greenery growing on it or anything like that. But in amongst its sort of gnarled roots that are clawing into the earth, you feel the you walk right over and you feel the urge to dig, and maybe Bingo gets down with his hands and starts digging at the dirt, or maybe he grabs one of the tools nearby, and it's not long before you've unearthed. Sure enough, there's the hilt of a rapier under here. You dig a little more, and you uncover this rapier.
Pull it out and take a look at this thing. Test the weight.
Oh, magnificent.
Put it on my balances right on my hand.
Yeah.
Give it a couple swings.
Okay. As you do that, you find you sort of swing it around a bit. You find yourself in those narrow corridors downstairs again. And there's monks fighting with hooded men and women, and there's a battle taking place, and they're just being absolutely the monks and priests are wearing the garb and the holy symbols of Saren Ray. And then they're fighting with these hooded men and women that don't bear any marks, but the fighting is particularly vicious. It's not like someone gets run through with a sword and they fall and they move on to the next. Someone goes down, and the hooded men and women, they just keep attacking them even while they're down. And then with your backswing, you're back beside the tree.
It's kind of like a vision I'm having.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of blink. I think that goo messed me up. So I take the.
As you do that, you feel sort of a wetness on your cheek.
Brush it off.
Yeah, there's some yellow, sort of mustardy green gook on the side of your face, and as you wipe it away, it trails back up, and you realize it's like coming out of your ear.
Grab.
Yeah, you stick your finger in your ear, and there's all kinds of it, and you bring your finger out, and the whole end of your fingertip is covered in this goop. You sniff it, and it smells just like the stuff that was in the basement.
Jesus Christ.
Like the stuff that hit you with the money shot.
It might be time for a shower. I'll kind of wipe my ears out and check myself out and kind of straighten myself up a little bit.
Okay.
And, I'm gonna take the rapier out and I kind of compare it with my other rapier, and I just drop my old one in the dirt and I put this one in my belt.
Okay.
And I'm gonna return to the group and I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, you keep it quiet.
How far away was he while this was happening?
Well, you saw him coming in and out of like carrying. Maybe he's carrying like sacks of food or something. And then, if you want to make a perception check, you can see if you like notice that he kind of disappeared for a little while.
Does this weapon kind of have a different hilt or anything like the dagger did, or?
This weapon has a very, very fine hilt. Just 1 second, and I'll check on that for you. And let's see. Yeah, Gelhank, I mean, he's always up on you or somewhere. Like, he's always crowding your personal space. And just for a moment, you're like, oh, thank God he's not here. And then you're like, wait a minute, he's not here. And you maybe notice him, like, you can look through an archway and see him in that sort of green courtyard. And he's like sparring. He's like swinging his little rapier around and, yeah.
When he comes back, I'm going to pick him up and say, where were you?
I was,
She's touching you. She's touching you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My little feet just start like, as you pick me up. Hey, I was just doing some training.
You should probably watch yourself. They're going to think you're crazy.
Give me another perception check, Jasmine.
My ear leaking?
Oh yeah.
Ah!
You really notice, like, he's wiped at it, but like his ear is leaking. And it looks like that crap that was downstairs.
I pull him a little closer and just smell what's coming out of his ear without touching him and throw him back down. What the happened to you?
Maybe I should clean myself up a little bit. I don't really like water too much, so maybe I got a little bit of dirt on me from the downstairs there.
You should probably stick close to me just to be safe. You
Okay.
know, they might think you're acting a little weird if you're going off fighting by yourself.
Okay, I'll stick with you.
Really
What are we
Yeah,
doing?
real
Twist
close.
his arm for that one.
So, do you remember at one point I described there was a group of men and women carved into the sort of the walls around the courtyard?
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
Okay. So as Bingo's walking by, I'm just trying to find that description so I can be accurate here. One moment. Let go. Okay, maybe I'll just leave that for now because I thought I had that noted. Okay, so she throws you down and you go off to clean yourself. All of you have noticed, the rest of the day is spent sort of, you guys have leveled up, so maybe you're perfecting a little bit of your abilities in that and realizing you can do a little bit more with them now that you've had some time. The sun is starting to go down and everyone is sort of moved into the safety of the monastery now. And it's clear that you can see, in the fading light, you can certainly see the ruins of Kelmoraine to the north in this sort of valley area. And Alma at some point, either herself or her major domo, comes to each of you, Garavel, and says, tonight perhaps we can meet in the chapel. We've cleaned out that bone mess that the Pugwampis left, and Alma would sort of like to go over what our next steps are here.
Over the course of the day, is my ear like constantly dripping this shit?
No.
So at some point I clean it out.
You go and maybe clean yourself up, and it's gone now.
Okay.
Okay. You do notice that the hilt and sort of the almost like the hand guard on the rapier sort of looks like wisps of wind.
Okay.
So that night, Alma convenes everyone in the monastery chapel and begins to, describe what she feels might need to be done. She says that in order to retake Kelmoraine, the ruined town will need to be scouted. But she would prefer that you not, wage in if it's been taken by gnolls, which is what she suspects. She would very much like to gain an idea of their numbers, and then would hope that the 6 of you and herself could maybe decide if the town is takeable or not. It is, but she does stress it's merely a presumption that the gnolls have taken that a gnoll tribe has taken up residence there. But she says that while you were gone, they heard gnolls nearby, and Dashkey believes that these lands are being inhabited by a pack of some type of gnoll, or a tribe of some type of gnoll. She would very much prefer that if there are gnolls there, that perhaps guerrilla strikes could be made, like sort of hit and runs or things like that, to weaken the defenses of the town, as your guys' numbers are relatively limited. However, she looks at the 6 of you and says that I should clarify, it's just herself and Garavel there talking to you. She says that if you, upon seeing the town, have an alternate plan, she's certainly not trying to be your general. She just she would like to avoid sort of an all-out battle and bringing the entire. If there is a gnoll tribe there, I mean, their numbers could be quite large, and if they would certainly track them. If you engage the whole tribe, they would track you back to here most likely, and then they would all be in a world of trouble as well. She tells you that she has set up a rotating shift for the guards, and that they'll keep a constant eye on sort of this as your home base.
Because they've been so trustworthy.
You're still roboting.
She says that she believes that her guards can be trusted. I mean, the fire wasn't their fault. It was the Pugwampy, right?
Elmo,
Bad luck with the fire. Yes.
do you have anyone skilled in any arcane arts of sort?
Well, Zastarin is a priest of Nethys, who you guys know is the god of magic, and he's quite a skilled alchemist as well.
Okay, we have some things he might be interested in. Also, we found some relics or items in the cathedral that we maybe could use some more information on. Maybe he might be able to help.
Certainly. I can talk to him about that, or you can approach him yourself. He's quite interested in what was found in the basement. I was going to allow him to go down and clean up the lab that you mentioned you found there, unless you think it's not safe.
No, I think it's safe now. Maybe watch out for that pipe.
Of course.
What do you know about this place? I'm a bit curious about that lab in the basement.
I'm a bit surprised by that as well, as I don't believe the followers of Saren Ray are necessarily alchemists, but perhaps they had hired an alchemist and they were working from that lab. It's been many years since anyone has been here, and I'm not really sure. Whatever the case, it's certainly a bit of shelter, and a bit of safety from, the gnolls won't be able to tell our numbers in here if they're watching us. We'll certainly get to work on repairs. We should be able to shore up the defenses, I think, relatively well.
So did we want to... Sorry, go ahead.
How far away is Calmoraine? Is it a day travel?
Calmoraine is about somewhere between 3 to 5 miles to the north. Probably about 3 miles to the north, 2 to 3 miles to the north, pardon me. However, remember the Pesh cactus we talked about? Mm-hmm. There are a lot of Pesh cactus. There's a massive field of Pesh cactus between you and Calmoraine, which will make straight line travel pretty difficult. You'll be weaving your way through a pretty thick amount of cactus fields between you and Calmoraine.
I can help with that bit, at least.
I think Gelhan can help with her axe.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've got one of those wayfinders, so
that's probably better.
Before we leave, I just want to check: is the well operational, or do these people still need water?
They've checked the well, and it's they're going to be boiling water to be safe.
All right. Before I do anything, I'm going to create water for them in that bucket thing that their main thing. So they've got water. I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm just going to do it.
Yep. And how much water does your create water spell create?
My create water spell creates, I think, 10 gallons of water. Let me just double check here.
Nice.
So I'm not lying to you. Create water. 30 feet. It allows me to create, you create up to 10 gallons of clean water. So I'm just going to put in 10 gallons of water.
And I think the rule sort of suggests that that you can each human being needs about a gallon of water a day. I think
something like that.
So that's actually a good chunk. Remember, not all of the water was lost, so if you can keep them going for a little while.
I'm gonna keep. I'm going to assume that every night that I was there before I go to bed, I'll create water for them.
Yeah, if you have a spell slot left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That sounds good.
So should we Are we wanting to head out tonight, or do we want to wait till the morning?
Well,
And
desert
anybody-
travel's better at night. We won't burn as much. You won't need as much water at night than we will during the day.
True.
You move at night, you find some place that's shady during the day, and you wait it out till nighttime again. That's the safest way to travel the
Okay.
desert.
I guess if we're trying to do some reconnaissance, it's probably easier at night too. Maybe.
Mhm. Yeah.
We don't have to deal with the sun.
What'd you say the priest's name was? I forgot.
His
Zasprin?
Zastrin.
Zasprin. Maybe we could go see Zasprin before we leave. Get a look
Okay.
at some of the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give me a moment here. I'll show the NPC list to everyone, so we sort of have the key NPCs covered here. That should show them up in your NPC list on the
Yeah.
journal.
We even got the goat. Rombard.
Rombard's still
Rombard.
there.
Rombard.
Yep. I'm plotting his
Civic-
escape.
What's
I
that?
take him with me. I'm plotting his escape.
His escape.
Yeah.
Denise and I are
No,
working
don't
together
take him
for
a goat.
the great goat hijack.
Don't take it a goat.
So, so you're gonna go and see Zastaran about the items you found?
Mhm.
Yeah, he says if you leave them with him for the, he'll try to identify them by morning for you.
Okay.
And I didn't attune to the dagger or that mace that I had, right? No.
I go pick my rapier out of the dirt.
Do we
Okay.
want to give him the recipes, the
Yeah.
marvelous pigments, and
An elixir? Yeah, I'll definitely give him the elixir.
What else did we had? We had a warhammer that Gelhank has, a dagger, and a mace, I
Yeah.
believe. Okay. You guys comfortable with leaving him with all this stuff?
No.
I'm keeping the necklace?
You're keeping
I'll
the
leave him
necklace?
I'll leave him the chime as well, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
All
no
right.
problem leaving the mace with the guy. I'll keep the dagger on my person.
You can't trust
Are you-
the priest. Who can you trust?
Are you going to give him the recipes?
Yes, I'm going to give him the
Yes.
rest of the elixir recipe so that he can try to
Okay.
make potions
so
for the people.
when you give them over to him, he's like, "Oh, I can keep these."
For now.
He says,
I don't mind. I go absolutely.
For
absolutely
now.
keep this, my good man.
they
Absolutely.
were not a part of my agreement with Alma, but I do have a small supply of potions. I would certainly make those available to you if you would let me keep these recipes.
Well, I
What do
was
you
gonna
have?
let you.
What do
So
you have
he-
to trade?
He says he says I have a number of potions of healing, one or two of strength. Was there something specific you were looking for?
All of them.
Healing?
He says certainly.
God knows we
The-
could hurt
these these papers are worth at least half a dozen healing potions if you'd like them.
We'll take them.
Okay. So he gives out 6 potions of healing for the party.
Is it standard?
Let me check that. No, they're not. They're greater potions of healing.
Nice.
They do the 44 plus 4. So there's 6 of those. So everybody gets one, or however you guys want to do that.
Yeah.
Sure. How do you add an item?
So if you go into the compendium, the I, and you type in potion of healing,
Where's the eye?
the compendium is right beside your journal. Is it there?
Oh, no, I know. Never mind. I'll figure it out.
Here, hold on a sec. I can just anyways, if you go into the compendium and type in potion of healing, it should come up, and then you can just drag that onto your character sheet, and it should drop it into your equipment. And I can put this here, and we'll share this so we have reference to it. This is a regular one, but anyway. He says that he'll also give you 1 potion of strength if you'd like it, in payment for the.
Who wants it?
Yelling.
It'll raise whoever drinks it. It raises their strength to 21 for an hour.
Maybe Gilhank?
Yelling, probably.
Gilhank, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to drag this over to my sheet. It just closes my sheet every time I try to drag.
Yeah, it's doing to mine. It's because you and I've got our things open up on another screen, so I'm gonna do this afterwards.
Okay.
Well, if you've undocked your character sheet, it might not allow you to drag it into it.
Yeah, that's what I've done. And if I close it and try to open it again, I'll have to restart.
That's okay. We know everyone has a
Yeah.
potion.
I'll play with it later.
I'll
know
do it.
everyone
I'll do
has
it
a
after. I'm
potion
just
in.
put it down.
Okay, so that night, when everybody heads to bed, are you now? There are guards set to keep watch, but I know there were some concerns with that.
Yeah, Kaplan's going to recommend at least one of us be with the guards at all times. Just so we got some professionalism around here.
Okay. So who would we like to use for our first night of watch? We're gonna.
Looks like Affy's going first.
You gonna split it?
Yeah.
Usually we split night watches 3 ways. However, their guards. They're gonna have half of the mercenaries on sort of night shift, and half of the mercenaries on day shift. So they do the whole night, but still get a long rest during the day. So, but if you guys plan to keep your rest, so who's going first? Okay, Effie's going first. And
I'll take watch with her.
Okay.
I'll be with Gilhank and whoever else.
I'll take the second watch, and I'll go with, of course, myself and Ferris will take the watch.
I'll go with
You gonna come with us? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So during first watch, can I have both Anise and
Jesse?
Effie's character? What the hell is your character? Why can't I find the name?
Shazzy.
There it is. Shazzy. You guys make perception checks? Okay.
I don't notice anything.
Maybe you're too busy talking.
Yeah.
Jared, can you go on a break for a sec?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
we shouldn't travel in a desert. Like normally, like legitimately, all travel in a desert's done at night because the sun's so bad.
Yeah,
The sun will kill you.
for sure.
Like it. If you actually look at Bedouins and all that, they wear thick, heavy clothing,
Okay.
and the reason for that is to keep the sun from hurting them. And it gets really cold at night when they're actually up and moving.
Uh-huh.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Yes.
You're making it difficult to love you, Happy.
I
Very
just want-
difficult.
I
Very
just want to
difficult to love you right now.
I'm teasing you because I said I'm gonna take us back, and then you went on this tangent about why you travel at night. And
That's
just as
okay.
we were coming back, you're like, blah 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 blah
Blah,
blah,
blah, blah,
military
blah, blah, blah.
tactics, blah blah blah.
No, it's actually cultural tactics.
Well,
People that
Shazzy and Anise, you guys take your walk. There are three mercenaries assigned to the watch. And they patrol sort of the hallways of the monastery and as well as outside around the edges of it.
Yeah, I'm just distracting them.
Okay.
Just talking to them.
I'm
Spicy
the one
up.
keeping an eye on things. I'm assuming
Okay.
because somebody's too busy flirting.
So your watch goes uneventful, and we turn it over to star-crossed lovers, Gelhank and and Bingo.
It
Can
sounds
you
so
guys?
good when you say it.
Can the two of you make perception checks for me?
Whoa! I'm gonna re-roll that because I'm a halfling.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, it was almost 20.
Wow. Wow.
what a great roll. That's so much better than your last one.
That was real
I'm
good.
distracted by things.
We'll try to TPK them for you, Mines. We'll try.
Night mines.
Okay, and then final watch.
Okay.
Grumpy and Skunk. You're never gonna live that down.
I approve that comment.
Grumpy and Skunky?
Yeah, he's pretty grumpy pants.
Grumpy and Stinky.
Ever
Figure out which
since you
one's
took
which.
that on my ear has been so itchy. Oh, what's going on?
Ever since Joe said you got shit in your ear.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, and Ferris has got to roll perception too.
Jesus Christ.
We're doing so good, guys.
Don't worry, Ferris will save us.
We are winning D&D tonight.
You guys are doing great. If the fox saves you.
What does the
Ferris.
fox say? Near, 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 near.
So help me God, if I get attacked by fucking monkeys because I'm on watch with Kepler, I'm gonna be so pissed.
kind of have to.
Okay.
Man.
So your fox gets advantage on checks for hearing.
Mhm.
So a couple times through the night, through your last watch, he keeps thinking he hears he can hear hyenas. You guys listen, both you and Smudge listen, and you can't. Your ears are not picking up what he's hearing.
Kaplan knows enough that if Ferris says he hears it, he hears it. Ferris is going to let the guards know. Listen, you might not be able to hear it. My buddy, and I point to Ferris. He's hearing hyenas. Be on the lookout. So I'm going to go back to where Ferris is and kind of stay by the wall.
Okay. All right.
I make sure Smudge knows as well.
Yep. Okay, and also during that final watch, this doesn't require a perception check, but the two of you, you're expecting the sun is just sort of beginning to break on the horizon, and you're looking out over the Pesh fields towards Kelmarine, and you can see distant flickering flames. Like torchlight or campfires or something on that ridge.
Somebody's home.
They were not there at the start of your watch. But by the end, early morning.
In the city itself, or
Yeah, like you can see you can see the dark shapes of the buildings along that ridge, that distant ridge, and you just start to see sort of the light of flames. As
are
I
we
said,
able to
like
tell how many?
either torch lights or campfires. Quite a few. Quite a few.
Okay.
This is in the direction of the city, so there might be a caravan out there.
Yeah, well, it's
Or-
a lost city. So remember, just so we're clear, so Kelmarine was lost to the Knoll tribes in the mountains and everything. And this trade route, there's a country to the north of Katapesh called Osirian, and the Packmasters want to open that trade route again. So they have essentially tasked Alma to come here and retake Kelmarine. And by doing so, she earns the favor with the Packmasters, and they can open a trade route back through the mountains here. But currently, the lands that you're in are not safe to travel by caravan, like because of the Knoll tribes and everything. But if there was a town here where they could send out patrols from and everything, and sort of gain a foothold in the region. So you guys are here to retake the lost town of Kelmarine.
Okay.
So with that, the night sort of comes in, the sun comes up, things start to warm up, and the first people up are the animal handlers, and they're feeding, putting food out for the camels, the goats, the chickens, watering them. Yeah.
Kaplan's gonna go give them a hand because he likes animals.
Okay.
Very much nature type.
When you go over in that direction, they smile as you approach. They seem happy to see you, and they're more than willing to have you lend a hand. You learn that their names are Hadra and Hadra's husband, Hadrod. And Hadrod is, of course, very happy to see you and shows you all his wonderful goats.
Yep.
Particularly, though, Rumbard. You can now see why he likes Rumbard so much. Like, Rumbard is a significant goat compared to the other ones.
Yeah, I would get that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling him, I'm not gonna talk much. Just say, I just wanna.
Okay.
Feed the animals. Just commune, right?
Yep. So one by one, the party's up and about, and things are sort of coming to life around here at the monastery.
So did we want to head out at nighttime? Like this night?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that the plan then? To sort of take it easy through the day, and then your characters head out as the sun goes down?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's what Kaplan's going to recommend.
All right.
Did he have a chance to work on that stuff overnight, or is that?
Yes, absolutely. So let me just go through that quickly as sort of a bit of housekeeping here. So the dagger and the mace and the warhammer are all +1 weapons. The chime you gave him to identify, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So the chime is a chime of opening.
I think that goes to Anise, probably.
I'll take it.
I think that might be the only one that requires attunement. Let me double check, though.
While you're checking that, I do want to add, since my mic was being all fucky, I did want to read the book.
Yes. So you're going to leaf through the one that came out of the library, right?
Yeah, the Courts of Stone and Flame.
Okay, so what you learn from that? First of all, you think the book has real value. Like the pages have all been illuminated by probably monks, etc. And what the courts of stone and flame address are it's referring to the courts of the genies of the elemental planes. So as long as you have that book with you, if you need to make a history or arcane check that has something to do with genie kind, you'll have advantage as long as you have this book. Like anybody can consult it and use it almost like a genie encyclopedia. Okay. It
Awesome.
the book contains so you also learn the names of the 5 Templars of the Wind, which were the 5 guys we saw in the monastery on the wall,
like tableaus and stuff.
Yeah, and each of them had a different weapon. So the Templars of the 5 Winds served a powerful genie princess named Nefeshti, a great genie noble whose designs upon Osiren and Katapesh have had good and bad consequences. You learn about a song called the Song of. I'm gonna give you something in your journal. You don't have to scribble this.
I'm gonna sing it for you.
The Song of Idru, which suggests that the Templars' immortality came from a powerful wish uttered by Nefeshti in antiquity, stating that so long as the warriors retained her favor, they would live forever. This result also. Okay, so I can get you their names and whatnot in a moment.
Yeah, no rush. You were looking at the pipe stuff.
Yeah, the book also contains a brief entry on someone by the name of Howl, who is listed as a shamed member of the Afridi nobility in the city of Brass, a famed location on the plane of fire. And the entry suggests that he ventured to the material plane in search of an army and a legacy to raise his standing, during which time he and his armies warred against the Templars of the 5 Winds, but that he was never seen in the city of Brass again. And it goes into great detail about Jinn and other kind. It also mentions that the Templar of the 5 Winds were said to be particular enemies of the cult of Ravagug, a cult who followed the god of destruction, and many tales of their triumphs recount battles against the spawn of the vile religion. The Templars themselves are Jan, or mortal genie spirits, dedicated to no particular element. They're like minor Jinn. They're like minor genies, the Jan. But for whatever reason, these Jan can't die, and that's because, as we mentioned before, Nefeshti granted them immortality, the 5.
Oh, so sorry. The Templars are the mortal genie spirit.
That's right. Yeah. Jan would be similar to what's the race of with all the different Jinn?
Genasi's.
Genasi. Okay, so Jan would be like Genasi, very similar, but whereas Genasi are tied to a specific element, one of the 4 elements, the Jan are not. They touch all elements.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
So I am going to, let me see here. There we go. And here we go. And that should show to the players, show to everyone. So this is the information about the Templars of the 5 Wind that you get, and because you have the book, there's all these DC. You'll see the DC 13, DC 16, DC 20, DC 25. These have all been opened up because you have the book.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Did that show up in the checks
Yep.
In your journal. Okay. So yes, so Warhammer +1, Chime of Opening, Dagger +1, Mace +1.
And you were looking for the Chime of Opening being attunement or not?
And it does not require
It
attunement.
doesn't. Yeah, and you can. I think it only has 10 charges.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And then it's no good anymore.
Is Sastran still around?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
He enjoyed very much. He's like, if you have any more items that you'd like, this is fascinating to me.
I'll find him when he's alone, and
Stay a
I'll
while.
ask him to identify the necklace.
You notice that he is stunned by its beauty. He says it will take him some time, but he understands that you and your friends were going to head out once the sun went down. He can certainly have it ready for you by then.
What's up with this murder ghost rapier?
Did you give that to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, then, sorry, I didn't realize you were doing that. When you couldn't bring yourself to give it to him.
Oh, great.
No.
Yep. That tracks. Okay.
It's like
Okay.
Cravenage.
It's just so beautiful. I can't part with it.
Actually, I'm gonna come back to you for in a second, Ryan. But
Okay.
so are you willing to let Zastrin take the necklace for the day?
How do I know I can trust you?
I turned over potions in good faith, and I gave your friends back the items they gave me overnight. You're welcome to sit with me while I research and do my work.
Okay.
So do you agree to do that?
Yes.
Okay. So
I'm just gonna stare at him.
Yeah, he's like constantly as he's working, he's like looking up from his books and scrolls. He's trying to look. He has a number of books that he's trying to look through to figure it out. By the end of the day, though, he's discerned that it is a brooch of shielding, which makes you resistant to force attacks and immune to magic missile attacks.
Okay.
If you choose to wear it, of course. I think it might need. It does require attunement. Yeah.
I'll attune to it. Why not?
Yeah. So resistance to force, and you have immunity to damage from the magic missile spell. So. So that night, as you slept, Bingo, and then you woke, you'd had just wonderful dreams.
Oh, that's not where I thought this was going. Okay.
The man's image with the beard that I don't know if you remember, but it was all over the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You were holding his hand, and you were flying. You were like Jasmine and Aladdin, a whole new worlding through like the entire night of your dreams, flying with him. And you noticed that as he held your hand, he was carrying that same rapier that you now have.
Got the Jesus rapier.
So like, there's a big musical montage of a whole new world as he flies you around deserts and mountains and all the rest of it, and then you wake up and you just feel wonderful, but there's you look at your pillow and you realize your ear has leaked overnight.
Got the old leaky ear.
Yes.
You might have some competition here, Gilhank. This guy's taking me on a fucking magic carpet ride.
Go with him. He's better for you.
Just to go back to the Templars here, I don't have this inputted yet, but I will get it inputted. So the five the 5 names that I said that you found out through the book. So there is Davashum, and Davashum is said to be a deadly creature that served Nefeshti as an executioner in dire extremes, as an assassin. And he represents the fury of the winds from all directions, and he wields a powerful quarterstaff. Then there's Cardswan, and Cardswan is a scout and traveler of the plains, and Cardswan's weapon is an elaborate great axe, and he represents the south wind, the most well-traveled and worldly of the winds. Then there's Pazvan. Pazvan is Nefeshti's as advisor and spiritual guide. He represents the east wind, upon which he whispers of the gods and the advice to elders. His weapon is a tremendous burning flail. Then there's Vardasol. Vardasol is a general of Nefeshti's armies. Vardasol's spirit rides the winds, and he wields a rapier.
What was that name? Vardasol?
Yeah, Vardishal.
Check.
His winds are said to carry the battle cries to all armies. And then Zeaphid is Nefeshti's spy and diplomat. Zeaphid was a messenger, spy, and represents the west wind, upon which secrets thought hidden were carried. His weapon is an elaborate scimitar. And I'll make sure you get all that for next time.
Vardashal, East Wind, Jesus Beard.
And maybe even since you did the reading, Shazzy, maybe at some point you notice, little Bingo walking around with a rapier on the side, and the rapier looks like you've seen that rapier in the book.
Okay. And would I be able to say, oh, I don't know, look at Gelhank and see a lovely mace? Or
No,
a great
no.
axe?
No. Though the other weapons you don't see them here. Only the rapier.
Okay.
But it's like the hilt and the handguard looks like sweeping, flowing wind clouds, and yeah, and you also probably note that Bingo did not have that sword. That is new.
Nice sword, Bingo.
Oh, this old thing?
It is real old. Yeah. Yeah, real old. You see, it's noted here in my book. I know you can't read, so don't even try to pretend.
That looks... kind of looks like it. I don't know.
The book has really pretty pictures, Bingo. And you do see a picture of your sword. And it's being held by the man from your dreams with the beard.
Yeah. That looks like the sword.
Yeah, well, this belonged to Vardasol. He was one of the Templars.
Okay.
I would be very, very careful with that weapon.
Well, I'm always careful.
No, you're not. You literally got spunked in your ear, and it's still coming out of your ear.
Like, as you're saying that, just some drips out of my ear. Oh. Okay. I'll be careful.
All right. You let me know if it gets worse.
Okay.
You're not gonna let me know, are you?
Maybe.
What would Gelhank think if you were keeping something from her?
I don't keep anything from Gelhank.
Mm-hmm. Well, you go and tell her this information then, won't you?
She saw my sword. She didn't say anything.
Yeah, but she didn't have the book, see?
Yeah, she's not much for books.
Just let her know that there is more to that sword than there meets the eye, and if you don't tell her, I will.
I feel like I'm getting. Oh, all right.
She will
Like,
smack you
like-
if you get possessed. I'm just saying. Like, she will take
I just
her.
kind of like draw
Yeah.
my head. All right, I'll tell her.
You promise?
Yes.
Pinky swear? It's a ranger thing, you know. You can't break a pinky swear or we'll break all your fingers.
Oh, all right. I'll go talk to her right now.
Alright.
Do you pinky swear?
Don't do it unless you mean it. You can't break a pinky swear.
Okay, I pinky swear.
Alright.
As soon
Just
as you
remember.
touch Jazzy's finger, you look at her and imagine what it would be like to put your rapier through her forehead. It flashes over you, and for a minute there, her eyes roll back and a trickle of blood comes out from where your blade enters. And then you're back with the pinky swear.
Just remember all your fingers. Even little Mr. Dinky.
Little?
You're
Have
dinky!
you seen these feet?
The cube.
You're going too far now. That's just on behalf of all men everywhere. You've crossed a line.
You know it's mad when Alan bangs on his desk hard enough to fuck up his webcam.
You've crossed a line.
I have not. I am smashing the patriarchy.
Is
Well,
there anything else that anyone would like to... Like, are you going to go tell Gelhank then?
Yeah.
Okay. Before we do that, Smudge or Keplin, is there? You guys have noticed that Anise is spending some time with Zastarin. You're not sure why, and so is there anything the two of you would like to do? Because we haven't really got to you before we jump to Bingo and Gelhank. Is there anything the two of you are doing this day? Just sort of take it easy around the monastery.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it easy. Just find some shade, relax, stay with Ferris. Maybe get something to eat. Just do my. I don't know how a druid would pray, but to do that, it's kind of spiritual thing
Put
that a
your
druid would do.
Okay.
Because my hand is doing this, whatever the hell this means, but I have no. He was just doing his basic communes
Okay.
or
How
whatever.
about you, Smudge?
I'm just gonna find like the highest place that she can climb safely.
Yeah. Do you want to get up on the roof of the monastery?
Sure.
Okay.
If she can get up there safely without hurting herself,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
sure.
I mean, the roof is in rough shape, but you find somewhere like for whatever you're about to do.
She just goes up there and like works on her music and gets attacked by her cat.
Okay, give me a perception check.
So she attacks
Okay.
herself?
Fucking
Vulture
toss them in.
food. Vulture food.
Oh, sure. Now I get a good one.
So with your keen cat eyes, like almost like spotting a mouse. Maybe you're up on the roof, you're playing away, but then you catch a bit of movement out of the corner of your eye. And you see a pugwampy slip through a window below you
Damn it.
Oh, son of a bitch.
into the monastery.
Can I see like am I like overlooking that courtyard or like where am I?
Sure, is that where you want to be?
Sure.
Okay,
Can
so
I see
maybe we'll
Shazzy
say
and the others?
no, not if you're overlooking the courtyard on the interior, you don't see. And I'm gonna say instead of seeing the pugwampy go through the window, like maybe you see the pugwampy move past, like from one side of an archway to another, down in the cloister below you. You have also noticed from on high that vulture is still around. That big vulture.
Of course it fucking is.
He's like circling the monastery.
Okay. Well, Smudge is really small and scared of that vulture, so she would go back down into the monastery
Okay.
and find probably Shazzy, because Shazzy seems like she's the leader of this fucking nonsense here.
Okay.
Goes to Shazzy and be like,
What?
There's still some of those stupid pugwumpies around here, and that vulture is still, the vulture's still up there. I don't think he's going away anytime soon.
No, he's just gonna do that until somebody dies. Where do you see the pugwampy?
I pointed out.
Okay, so you take the two of you go there and give me a survival check, and let's jump. We have a couple minutes left here. Let's jump to Bingo and Gelhank. Bingo, what would Gelhank be doing right now?
I'm just watching what's going on, getting ready to leave tonight, getting myself all packed up.
Making sure weapons are sharp and gear is tight. Sounds good.
Walk over to you, and I'm kind of looking down at the ground like a kid that's done something wrong. I was talking to Shazzy, and she said I should talk to you.
Where have you been? I thought I told you to stay beside me.
I got distracted. Been kind of, looking around. I was looking around, and I found this sword. I pull it out and I show her. And
yeah, a really ornate looking rapier, but not only ornate, but obviously you can tell well constructed and very flashy.
And we've been traveling together for a while, and I've known you for a while, and I didn't really want to tell anybody about it, but she convinced me on threat of breaking my hands that I should show you.
Why is that stuff still coming out of your ear?
Is it still coming out of my ear? Sure. I've wiped like multiple times.
Well, if she brought it up, it clearly is. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that this is no longer my stuff. Like, yeah, it's there.
I mean, the stuff. I'm generally kind of oozy, but this has been. I don't know. It's been happening lately. Like today, I don't know. Maybe I have a cold or something.
So you're oozing stuff out of nowhere, and you're finding weapons just looking around.
Well, yeah, I decided to look under a tree, and I found it under a tree in the courtyard.
You just decided to find it under a tree. You just found it.
Look how fast I am. I pull it out. No.
So as you do that, can you give me a wisdom save?
Yes. I'm guessing I'm not very good at this. No, I'm not. Hold on a second. I don't know why I rolled so many dice.
Okay, we'll take the first one. So an 18. So as you whip it around, you see a vision of the beautiful Gelhank in front of you. But you slash her one knee out from under her, and she falls. And you slash her other knee out, and she buckles in front of you.
No!
And then with another cut, right across the throat, everything starts to bleed out, and she just falls into the sand in front of you. And maybe you even cry out. Gelhank, all of a sudden, he's swinging his sword around, and then he's just like, no! And then you see, everything's back again.
I run for her. I try to hug her.
You made your wisdom save well enough that there's no lasting effect, but just for a moment, it was horrific. You'd killed Gelhank.
I run for her. I grab her by the leg and I start hugging her. Ah.
What happened to you with that ooze? You were acting very strangely, and you are normally pretty strange.
I'm just glad you're okay. You're okay, right?
Why wouldn't I be okay? What are you doing? Why are you touching me?
I'm sorry. I stepped back a little bit. I think maybe I inhaled something down in the alchemy lab or something. I've been a little off since yesterday.
Maybe I should take that. Maybe I should take that weapon from you.
That really hits you.
No, that's not it. That's not. No, that's no. I sheath it. No, it's not your style. You like the big weapons. We'll find you a big one. This one's for me.
I don't want to use it, but I don't want to see you get hurt, though. So I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't have it.
See me deal with that spider? I'm pretty good with a rapier.
So with that, the sun has just about set, and you guys would be getting ready. Our two hunters are tracking and following the tracks of the Pugwampy, and Anise has just finished getting her item identified and has rejoined, and the three of you sort of all bump into each other, and the trail goes into that great hall where you found the sort of the hive nest thing.
The poop nest.
Yeah.
Is Dashki coming with? To the scouting?
Do you go get him?
Sure.
Okay. So, does anyone go to the chapel where the footsteps were?
I do. Arrow drawn, ready to shoot a Pugwampy.
So, the two of you creep towards the chapel, and at the same time, Anise is outside and asking around, has anyone seen where Dashki is? And you're coming up empty. Everybody's like, no, I haven't seen him for a little bit, actually. And, I'm not sure where he is. And you're sort of looking, and with each person, again, no answer of where Dashki where his whereabouts currently are. Everybody seems to say, like, oh, I saw him just a few moments ago, like maybe in the last 30 minutes, but then he can't be found anywhere. And then back inside, our two Pugwampy hunters, you guys come in, and here's a Pugwampy on his knees in the center of the chapel, looking up where once his home, no doubt, hung from the rafters. And
his palace.
He's looking up like, why? What? And as he turns and sees the two of you, he just lets out this horrific scream. Ah! And we'll fade to black there, and we'll pick this back up next time in 2 weeks, because I'm sure the Pugwampy's about to die. Thanks. We had a couple people sub and a couple people follow. Thank you so much for that, or maybe one or two. I've just seen a lot of chat go by. Anyways, thank you very much. We had some people spend some points to give out inspiration. That was pretty kick-ass too. This stream, and hopefully moving forward, is sponsored by Canadian Dice, CanadianDice.ca. Use our code OMRD. That's the initials for Old Men Rolling Dice, to get a 10% discount from the website. And there you go. We have lots more streaming in our group coming up this week. There's Fixius 5 on Friday. Sunday, we're playing some Dragonlance, and then we're back to Ravenloft on Monday with Mistwalkers. Those streams can be found over at the Vokter. And we can shout at the Vokter, probably.
Yeah, I got it.
And don't forget that this coming October, the Vokter is hosting this Spooktacular. Is it Spooktacular October?
October.
I don't like that word. Spooktober.
It's
doesn't
a pretty standard October word.
No, it doesn't roll off my tongue well. You're going to have to change it.
No, I already made all the shit for it, so it's sticking.
Anyways,
and
go follow the Vokter. Right?
Yes.
Yep.
Lots of one-shots in October.
We are playing 26 of 31 days.
26 of 31.
Yep.
That includes the regular streams, though, as well,
yes,
right?
It does,
That
yes.
is with
Still
our
pretty
regular
awesome.
Monday,
Still
Friday.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And
So you'll be able to answer the question: is it never too much D&D, or is too much D&D a good thing?
Yeah.
Hey, I fucking asked, okay?
It's culminating to a 12-hour drop-in, drop-out dungeon crawl on November 5th that I'm running, so maybe at that point it'll be too.
Ryan is running a Deadlands one shot.
Yep.
I'm running a Hunt of the Reckoning one shot. Are you, Affy? Are you running anything?
I'm just running my game, like my normal Mistwalkers
Your normal
on
game?
Mondays.
And Artemis, I know, is just playing in a bunch with you as
I'm
well.
running Fixius.
Yeah.
So.
Are you? Yeah, but you're not running a one shot, right?
No, I'm just
No,
in
okay.
all of them.
I'm
Cool.
in all but one.
Let's grab someone to raid quick and get
And
out
come
of here.
see us on Saturday over at Hammer of God's podcast
Yes,
because we're
yes.
gonna be we're gonna rob a casino.
An
What?
underwater casino.
Yeah, we're doing Ocean's Elven.
Ocean's Elven or Ocean's
Yeah,
11?
no,
Echo
it's
Elven.
Ocean's Elven. It's all elves except for Affy's character.
No, that is
Which-
not true.
Okay,
Kay's
you are an elf
character.
adjacent.
No, Kay's character is a cursed elf who looks like a bullywog.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep, that's
Well,
right.
there you go.
And
There you
I was an orc raised by elves, so I am an elf.
Okay, I have
It is
I have
DK.
officially started the raid countdown. We're gonna go raid Killabean 5000.
Yeah, Killer Bean.
who was a guest on Prep or Die, and we'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Yep. Bye.